Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kathleen Sanchez, and in this channel, we explore psychology, the brain, and practical ways to improve your life. And today, I want to talk about something very important, which is how sexualization can affect your brain, your self esteem, and your confidence levels. And most importantly, how desexualizing your brain can actually improve your self esteem without repressing your actual desires and who you are. By the end of this video, you will understand why confidence sometimes feels fragile and what you can do to slowly retrain your brain. So let's start with part number one, which is how the brain learns value. And the idea here is very simple. The brain learns through repetition what's important to it. Whatever you see, focus, or get feedback about regularly starts to shape your attention and what you value. In our modern culture, for example, there is a strong focus on our appearance, desirability, and how people look. Social media, television, movies, and advertising constantly highlight bodies, beauty, and sexualized images. And over time, your brain will naturally associate being seen with being valued. And some psychologists would even call it objectivate. Oh my god. Objectification. Yeah. And the self objectivation means that primarily someone starts to perceive themselves from an external perspective instead of an inner one, as if they were constantly being watched and evaluated based on that. And the result of this is that your brain, instead of focusing on thoughts, feelings, emotions, abilities, and etc., the brain will shift its attention to the appearance. And this shift may even seem small at first, but over time, this will affect your self esteem and confidence. And why this affects the self esteem? That's simply because your self esteem is meant to be internal. And when your brain is trained to link value to appearance and desirability, your self esteem will purely rely on only other people's approval. So naturally, you will start to compare yourself to others, focus too much on other people's business, seek for likes, comments, approval all the time as if this were feeding your dopamine system. And of course, your confidence will be very fragile because simply external validation is something unpredictable. And some articles are always talking about how social media or the exposure of sexualized content will also be one of the reasons of you having lower self-esteem, and this will also be one of the factors that will increase your sense of self-objectification. And I will link this article down in the description below so you can have a look if you want to. But now that we already spoke about how sexualizing your brain can be pretty bad for your self esteem, you must be wondering what actually desexualizing your brain means. Does this mean that I need to stop feeling attraction towards people or wanting to take care of my appearance? And the answer is no, because the sexualizing your brain doesn't mean that you need to repress desire. It simply means you're removing appearances and sexual desirability as the main source of your identity or worth. And when your attention shifts from external validation to internal experiences, you are slowly reducing your self objectification, which creates a space for stable self esteem, confidence, regardless of external validation, and most importantly, emotional awareness. And over time, you obviously will start to feel less anxious because you won't care so much about what the people are thinking of you. You will not care about how you're looking so much. You will also start to feel more emotionally connected to yourself and to others around you. We humans, deep down, we're simply the reflection of what we appreciate in others. And every time you catch yourself thinking, how do I look? Change these thoughts and ask yourself instead, what am I doing? What am I feeling? And why am I feeling this way? And based on the answer that you give to yourself, ask yourself, what can I do right now to improve these feelings and these thoughts? The second tip would be to limit your sexualized media consumption. Sometimes this might mean you getting rid of social media in general. Apart from YouTube, don't get rid of YouTube, don't get rid of myself, please. I'm joking, but not. But reducing this consumption will simply help your brain to stop internalizing objectifying patterns, which is very healthy for you. And always remember yourself that your value comes from being who you are, not how you look or the things that you have or how your life is compared to others and etc. Over time, these habits will retrain your brain and boost your confidence. And by the way, if you are interested in downloading my PDF with practical steps on how you can improve your confidence levels in the period of 7 days, I'll leave the link down below here for you to download it. It's free and I hope you like it. And just to summarize this video, I just want to remind you that first, sexualization in a not very healthy level will simply train your brain to link your value to appearance and external attention. It will also reduce your self esteem and create a very fragile confidence. The sexualizing your brain is simply about reshifting your attention from external validation to internal thoughts and emotions and learning how to value yourself as a whole person. Small, consistent habits will retrain your brain and build a stable self esteem and confidence to you. And if you need a therapist to help you with your confidence and to help you to discover yourself as well, I'm available. So I'll leave the link available down below for you to also reach me out. And never forget that although life is challenging, understanding yourself and understanding human nature makes the whole difference in this journey. No humans, fear nothing. I'll see you in the next one.